Have you ever wondered whether you're living your life the way you wanted it to be? Or is being misled with what you were taught to believe life should be? Well, I let me tell you a bit of my story. Growing up, I was taught to believe that life is all about earning a degree, landing a job, settling for a family before 30, and working your whole life till you retire at 60. With that in mind, I slaved most of my life studying. And at some point in my life, I remember making a few plans and timelines of how my life should go, at least from my wishful perspective. And to be fair, I do find studying to be fun, until it wasn't. Year 2020 came, and suddenly, everything went haywire. The world is in full blast, yet deafeningly quiet at the same time. And time stood still, allowing the parts of me that I've been running away from able to find their way back. I tried running away once again, but at that time, it felt like I was crippled. And before I even realized it, I was already reliving all my traumas. I wake up every day only to seek the comfort of my bed. It took me long to come into a realization that there's no longer a point in forcing myself to go over my notes and study. Because every twist from the clock's arms, the urge to seek the comfort of my bed becomes stronger and stronger. My lids are shutting and my mind's in trance. Before I even notice, I've already drifted to dreamland. As days goes by, I keep slipping deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole of my own nightmares until I was pulled back to reality. Getting a better picture of my state, I thought, I can't go on like this. I can't allow myself to fall any deeper, or else I might not be able to get back into the surface. Everything still seems vivid from that night. The night when I finally gathered enough courage to address the elephant in my own room. That night when I decided to be honest with myself and with everything I was about to tell her. My tears, threatening to fall before I could even utter my first word. She was surprised, and I was too, because I never pictured myself in that situation. I never saw myself leaving school before finishing up college. And that night, that's also the first time I cried my heart out in front of my mom. And thankfully, the good Lord heard my prayers and answered it through my mom's approval. I thought everything would be okay the second I opened my eyes the next day. But I was too naive to even wish about it, because it felt like learning once again how to walk the first time, in need of something or someone as a support to keep myself from falling. But I have no one but myself at that time. So right then, I pushed myself to take that first step so I could move forward and create even the smallest progress. The first thing I did was deactivating all of my social media accounts and blocking everyone from my contacts, avoiding any means of social interaction because I wanted to focus on myself, which is the only thing I have in mind at that moment. And doing that was actually kind of liberating. It allowed me to have so much more time and freedom to spend and focus on myself. If I want to make a change, I first should be willing to make some changes to myself, my life, the way I live it. I started by adjusting my body clock. Every morning, I tried my best to wake up before the sun even rises. I ran around the neighborhood, had cold morning showers, took my daily cup of tea, and grabbing a pen and my journal, allowing all my thoughts be translated through writing. And the more consistent I've been doing it, the more progressive my days have been, and the better I've felt towards myself. I also started doing a bunch of stuffs trying to build some new habits. I started sketching here and there, which was quite therapeutic. And who knew that taking a break from university would help me finally find the focus and time to grasp the concept of the Rubik's Cube. Finally. I've also set goals in hope of challenging myself to commit more into achieving them. And one that I'm currently on is reading the Bible from the very beginning. And I made it my goal to finish it up from cover to cover. Throughout this whole journey of healing, I finally come to understand the phrase, life is not a race. And I've overcame the insecurity that comes with the thought of being left behind, finishing later than my peers. And I'm no longer ashamed of the fact that I am out here healing myself, while some of my friends just graduated and the others will be in their last school year this upcoming semester. Because I know that I didn't leave school just because I wanted to. I left school because I needed to. If you were to ask me, am I proud of dropping out of school? Definitely not. But I am proud of myself for making that decision. Because by doing that, by choosing myself, I was able to save my life. This precious life that was gifted to me by the Most High. And no, I am not here to convince nor encourage you to quit school like I did. But if you needed a break to take some rest, I am here to remind you that it is okay and that you shouldn't be afraid of getting there a little later than the others. This might not be the first time you'll hear this, but I would like to reiterate it for all of you. Just be at your own pace, at your own pace, and just trust the process and enjoy the journey. Besides, you'll never be late. You have to understand and realize that we have our very own timeline and that everything's working just at the right time. So yeah, I quit school and it saved my life. It saved my life.